Does Judgment Day exist? Has it come? Everyone, including all corrupted media, is busy now with coronavirus, with trying to handle the lost freedom of everyday life. But what about the Judgment Day? Does anyone wonder why so many natural disasters lately, and probably more to come? Let's see, what is the real virus? Is it the corona? Cheers to that, if it is. In Peace Gita we read that the day is already here and all are being judged right now, every day.
Okay, in 2020, if we see simply, there are two 20s in 2020, and the number 20 by itself is the number of judgment. Okay, in the tarot, the 20th card is the Judgment card.
Wow.
So basically, when you have 20 twice, that means judgment is going to be seen by everyone, the masses. The thing is, judgment has been happening for the last 20 years. Okay, and I've been speaking about it since 2000.
Yes.
Okay, and like in my crop circle films and in my crop circle declarations, many things. What is going to happen now is that the judgment has been happening for the last 20 years. Events have been happening, but it has not gotten to the mass consciousness. Everyone in the masses has not realized.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, what is going to happen special in this year 2020 is that it will get to the mass consciousness, where
Wow.
masses will realize that something
Yeah.
is happening. Okay, everyone will
Yes.
get the feeling that the judgment is happening. So that's what the special about this year. It doesn't mean that the world is going to end in 2020.
Yeah, like
it just
some
means that
people
everyone will realize that the
Yes.
judgment is happening. I've already talked about what coronavirus is and how it is a distraction.
Yeah.
And I've already spoken about that in other talks. So the thing is that obviously mainstream media will not cover the natural disasters, the things which are happening by nature and divine. They will not cover that, and they will try to distract the masses from that by bringing other things in, making them more important.
Yeah.
So other things can only be found in alternative sources of media like YouTube and other
Yeah, and that's
places,
how it is.
other places and lotusocean and other places you can find that. But in mainstream, that will not be covered because that is the thing about nature and divine. Okay, so masses will have to go towards alternative forms of media.
Yes.
But even through this, whatever they are spreading in the mainstream, people will still get a picture of some judgment. Anyways,
They
so,
will,
So
and
an
they
overall
do.
picture will be judgment for this year, 2020.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yes. Up till now, maybe people have missed it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people around the world have missed what is happening in the last
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
It has been happening for the whole 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've said it in my crop circle plays and crop circle things and declarations. 2020 is not the end of the world.
Yes.
Okay, people have to understand that. It's just something where judgment becomes clear to the masses as a whole,
Yeah.
which has been happening for a while now.
Which
but
is
in this
happening.
year it becomes clear to the masses as a whole around the world.
Is the purpose of humans to be the richest one, to get the most expensive house, car, or the best job? Or are we missing to understand what is the real job which any one of us should do? What are the proper actions one should do for not getting into trouble? Avatar is so kind and honest to reveal what is the reality, the biggest problem, and then the greatest solution.
As a human being, if you're on earth, your concern is to evolve yourself.
Yes.
Okay. And get out of cycle of birth and death, that is, or like here, like, or get out of this kind of prison cycle you are part of. You know, that's your job. That is your job. Okay. There cannot be any other job. Like, you know, that is the job of everyone. Like, that is applies to everyone. Like, there's no other job of anyone. You know. Now people have created these distractions.
Yes.
Okay, so which take away from the real job.
Yes.
Into all these other things which are not of any use. Okay, which will only bring pain and misery to you.
Yes.
Because people think right now they bring money and money also.
Yeah.
But money also will also not give you anything.
So what would you recommend to people? How can they like connect with nature and the elements without tragedy?
It's very simple, like you start with grounding, like you are doing yourself, so you can tell them about it, and which I've told in the book. You have to just touch your feet on the ground. And then you can always start by seeing a sunrise, sunset, just seeing nature, appreciating it. That just like in general,
So is it a way to not like, if an earthquake is coming, it's like going to protect you if you connect more with Mother Nature? Like,
it is just an indication for you to change your life. It's that thing or whatever. It's not just a matter of protection. It's a matter of actually doing something. When you do something, you do something.
yes.
Like you just do it. Do you know what I'm saying? There is no like that thing that what I'm going to gain immediately. So and you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy nature. You have to start enjoying. You have to start connecting with it, enjoying it.
It's so beautiful that you say that biotechnology is the highest technology on earth, actually.
Yes.
And we don't use it properly, and then we suffer because we need knowledge.
And then it leads to suffering, not just here. It after this body finishes too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't end here. It doesn't end with the body here. Because if you start doing wrong things, nonsensical things, then there is a payment for it. It's called karma. Karma, which is what the concept of karma, and then it carries on to future existences and everything. So it is not gonna end here. And so,
wow.
So I would say dying for people will be the least of their trouble. The point is, when you get a human birth, you are supposed to do the right thing with the human body and the human birth. You just are supposed to. That's what the multiverse expects from you. Okay. And if you don't do it, then there are consequences. Not just in this life, but in future and existence. In everything, and which is much longer period of time. So people need to understand this.
So if you are here, you are in a prison. Okay, this is a very simple thing. One has to be very clear about that. That thing you can't say I didn't have, opportunity. So that's what the human life is. It's an opportunity. Right now, people are definitely being disgraceful. They are being disrespectful to nature, to higher, to everything. Okay, so the situation in the prison is getting worse. Okay, so that is not a problem for Earth, because finally Earth can be cleansed anytime. Okay, but it's about the spirits which are here. They have opportunity right now to do the right thing. If they don't, then they'll be sent to hell, and Earth will be back to normal. Earth is not going to suffer.
I've given the PBS law to follow. I have laid down the foundation for the ultimate law in the multiverse, which is praising, bowing, serving higher and divine. And only when a being does that can a being raise themselves. There is no other way to raise oneself. Yeah. And any being who refuses to do that can never go higher or up. And if one does all the things, then one can achieve anything in this multiverse. One can get out of cycle of birth and death, one can get out of hell, one can go to higher realms. One can do so many things if one takes the right